We are Chris and Sheryl Brumley, and we'd like to welcome you to Haiti. It's a nice warm day here today, and we wish we could share with you the sights and sounds and temperatures, but it's one of the ways that you'll need to just come on your own to visit us. Sheryl and I have lived in Haiti now about 7 years, starting our 8th year, and we have one son still living with us here. His name is Joshua. We're totally excited about the possibilities available here in Haiti for the children of the next generation. There are so many things out there that the kids are yet to experience that we have the ability to offer them. The kids in the city have never had the opportunity to see the countryside. They don't know that there are places that are grassy, that there are hillsides that overlook the ocean and the mountains, that there are real soccer fields and basketball courts. Kids in the country don't know anything about the city, and so we have the opportunity to bring kids together to a place to enjoy youth camps. We'd like to begin, first of all, with discipleship camps, kids that know Jesus Christ, because it'd be an easier transition. But we'd like to start with maybe a couple of thousand kids a year, but God is speaking to us about the fact that that is way too small. And the possibility of 5, 10, 50, and maybe even 100,000 kids a year in the future is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. Changing kids to affect the future of Haiti is what we believe is God's call upon our life. And so we are working in several different areas, not just with kids camp, but in community resources, in student centers, in lots of different ways to be able to reach the kids that surround us here in this community, and the possibilities are endless.
One of the main ministries that I have living and working here in Haiti is the burn clinic here on the compound. Unfortunately, life in Haiti, there's not electricity and there's open fires everywhere, and people very frequently get burned. So every morning we're down at that clinic caring for many that have been burned and various other injuries as well. After the earthquake, we were completely swamped in our clinic with so many injuries that we were unprepared for at the time, truthfully, but God was so good and brought us doctors, brought us resources, brought us equipment, and we saw how He was able to move in a situation that was so far beyond us. And that's what the clinic is about. There isn't enough that we can do here. There are not hospitals the way you think of in the United States. There's not burn units. There's not able to do skin grafts, intensive care units. But what we have, we use, and then God in His healing power takes over from there. It is a very exciting thing, it is a very humbling thing, and what is wonderful about being in a clinic here in Haiti is we can share the gospel at the same time. We can pray with them, we can give them Bibles, we can give them tracts, we can talk to them about the good news of the Lord while we're treating them. We can pray with them. It is not something I was ever able to do in the hospital in the States, but it is certainly something that I do here, and I'm thrilled to be able to do that.
God has called us to share the good news of Jesus Christ with those around us. And I can't think of a better way to do that than to be able to share Jesus with the youth of Haiti, those that don't know Jesus Christ as their Savior. Currently, as far as we know, less than 5% of the population knows anything about Jesus, and probably less than 2% are actually born-again Christians. That makes 98% of the population of kids here the possibility of knowing Jesus Christ for the first time. And we're excited about the possibility of being able to introduce them to that. Our vision is to bring kids to this place, maybe 2,000-3,000 a week at a time, and be able to introduce them to Jesus Christ, and be able to do that in a way that's exciting for them. Kids camps, you know, in the United States are one of the most exciting weeks that are possible for a kid. And they take those memories back with them to their homes, to their families, and back to the cities and to the countryside, and share them with the people around us. And that's exactly what we'd like to share here. To be able to introduce those kids to Jesus Christ. Be able to show them what a difference that He can make for them and for their families, and eventually for their country. We believe that's the way that God is going to turn this country around. To move it from a country that worshiped Satan for years into a country that is known as a God-fearing country. When those things start to occur, we have no reason to believe that God won't change all of the other problems that exist in this country. When a person's heart becomes spiritually soft to Jesus Christ, then the educational system, the economic system, the political system, all of the other things that they struggle with so deeply in this country will begin to change, because God changes hearts. And that's the area that we want to pursue. And we are always grateful to those out there who have held the rope for us. They literally have held us up in prayer over the last 7 years and continue to do so, and we realize it and we know it every day. God has never let us down. We have always been well taken care of, and we are grateful for all those of you who continue to uphold us, to lift us up, and continue to seek God for our future here. In a sense, you are great partners with us. Not everybody can live here. Not everyone can be a part of being in this particular place, but you all have a part in sharing in this ministry, and God knows that there are senders, there are those who are prayer warriors, those who are always involved in the ministry. May not be on the front lines, but are actively involved in what we do. And you, by the way, are the ones that keep us here. And without your support, we wouldn't be able to stay and continue the things that we do. And so we continue to ask for more and more, just to uplift us in prayer, continue to bring us before God, speak specifically about the things that we have on our hearts, and ask God that His will would be done in our lives. Thank you so much.